till last video we discussed joints, skeleton. We were discussing supported movement chapter and we are done with the first part. Today we are starting another part of this chapter which is about muscles. We'll check it out everything in quite detail. So before start, muscle is what? It's simply group of tissue which does so many functioning like what? They help in contraction and relaxation of our body muscles, and these all, even the muscles, muscular movement which is simply divided into two parts. This means like we have two divisions. What are these? Muscular movement which is about two. First one called as voluntary, second one called as involuntary. So voluntary are those actions which are in our own hand, like we can control it. Either that, if we just talk about dancing, this means it's according to my will if I just wanted to do it or not. Dancing, running, all other activities which I myself wanted to do it. Involuntary are those which are not in our control, which are naturally occurring by our body. The example here could be peritonitis, and even the example could be the contraction of heart. Of course we cannot say today I'm in a very good mood, I wanted to contract our heart more. Of course we cannot do contraction of heart and other more things, more actions are involuntary. So voluntary, involuntary, the basic concept you should know. Muscular movement divided into these parts. Then when we talk about the muscles specifically, this is divided into three parts. Even I am just telling you these on the basis of what? On the division according to the location. The muscles are divided into three parts which we are going to do it. First one called as a skeleton, second one called as a smooth, third one called as a skeleton. These three muscles movement are there. So skeleton, which means they would be attached to skeleton system. Attached to skeleton system, and they are voluntary action. That's why I told you. Then comes a smooth muscle, which is simply where no contraction occurred. These are found at the visceral organ, which are not very important. Found in visceral organ, not not they are simply visceral organ, very important organs. Smooth, we'll discuss this while reading. So the example, these are also involuntary. And the last one, which is cardiac. Okay, sorry, here I have again written skeleton, but here is a cardiac, what we see over here. So cardiac word simply means which is related to heart. I mean, whenever you just see word cardiac, cardiac, voluntary, not voluntary, but this is basically involuntary. But simply everything related to heart is mentioned as a cardiac. So according to the division on the basis of the location, we have these three types of muscles. Then, but our these all are the muscles, types of muscles basically. Here we are discussing about the muscles on the. So here let's discuss few more things. Here we are discussing types of muscles. We have different types of muscle. This is going to be introductory, and we'll cover out so many things. Let's check it out. First thing here, muscles are of different types. These are basically tissues. How we know muscular tissue. Second one called as epithelial. Third one called as a connective. Wait a moment. Okay, sorry for that. Here these muscles are again divided into the two categories, tissues and muscular. Muscular, which is related to muscles. This is about tissue. In tissue we have different types. Three tissues which are epithelial, second called as a connective, last one called as a nervous. These three tissues. Now what we'll see these are all differently made up of so many things. When we talk about the muscles, these cover about 40 to 50% of body weight. That's why we say those who have more muscles, their weight is always more. So that's just because muscular, these all cover about 40 to 50% of our body weight is covered by muscles. Then here we have three layers. We have discussed that in the reproduction chapter, but again, oh, I don't know why I'm making so bad, but still. Okay, these three layers, basically these three layers called as germ layers. The one called as ectoderm. The second one called as a mesoderm. Last one called as an endoderm. These three. Then what we'll see like these three layers. Now these are even differently made up of how many things. When we talk about the muscular and when we talk about the connective, these two made up of mesoderm. This is always asked in MCQ. That's why I'm mentioning muscular and connective tissue made up of mesoderm. Then comes another one, which is about epithelial and ectoderm. Ectoderm is simply nervous, and everything related to brain, they would be made up of ectoderm. And epithelial, which I am not really sure, but maybe that's the epithelial is simply kind of layer. I don't think so we have any division, but these are all the structures, these things. Then when we talk about the muscles, these were division on the location, as I mentioned. Now let's check it out, muscles on their appearance. Muscles on the appearance, we have two: striated muscles and smooth. Striated, which is skeleton. Here the example could be this structure is like this. This called as a skeleton and cardiac. This basically skeleton and cardiac. They are made up of striated, the smooth, which is simply made up of smooth over base cream. Here the structure is kind of these. This is made up of smooth muscles. This made up of serial parts and these all. So this division was there on the appearance. So I hope introductory class of this muscles would be very much clear. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.